I spent 13 years building our family business to $150 million. At Mom's birthday party, my brother announced, "You're worthless, time to step aside," and Mom nodded in agreement, so I left quietly. But the next morning when they arrived at work, their faces went pale, and now they are begging me to come back. I was the one who stayed behind while my brother Carl got his fancy MBA in New York. I was the one working nights at Mom's failing computer repair shop while taking programming classes at community college. In my final year, I developed inventory management software for small businesses. Simple, affordable, exactly what they needed. Mom was skeptical, but within 6 months we had 40 clients. Within a year, 100,000 in revenue. I dropped out with 1 semester left because I didn't need the degree. I was building something real. For 5 years, I worked 14-hour days transforming that repair shop into a legitimate software company. Dad would bring me dinner at 9 p.m. because I'd forget to eat. We hit 1 million in revenue, then 5, then 20. Our client base expanded from local shops to national corporations. That's when Carl suddenly wanted in. He quit his consulting job and moved back home. Time I took my rightful place in the company, he announced. Mom made him co-CEO alongside me because of his credentials. Never mind that I'd built everything from scratch. The next 8 years, I kept building while Carl took credit. He gave interviews about being a visionary, accepted awards for my innovations, started excluding me from meetings, making decisions without consulting me. Our revenue hit 150 million, but I was being pushed aside in my own company. Then came Mom's 60th birthday. Carl rented a hotel ballroom and invited 500 guests, business associates, clients, investors. During dinner, he stood up for a speech. "The board has agreed the company needs unified leadership," he announced. "That's why, effective immediately, I'm taking over as sole CEO." My stomach dropped. Board meetings? What board meetings? Some people are better suited to technical roles rather than leadership, Carl continued, staring directly at me. "My sister Walt has been adequate maintaining our legacy systems, but to compete today we need excellence." He paused. "Frankly, Walt, you're worthless in today's business world. Time to step aside gracefully." 200 pairs of eyes turned to me. I looked at Mom. She was nodding, smiling proudly at Carl. Dad stared at his plate, hands shaking. Everyone expected tears, shouting, drama. Instead, I stood up slowly, walked to Mom's table, placed my wrapped gift in front of her, and left without a word. I went home and spent the night reviewing documents. Every contract, every licensing agreement, every patent filing. All those years of meticulous record keeping suddenly made perfect sense. The next morning at 6 a.m., I sent one email to our entire client list. "Due to organizational restructuring at Cuban Technologies, all software licenses and support agreements require renegotiation. Please contact CEO Carl Cuban directly." Then I emailed our development team. "I'm launching a new venture. If you're interested in joining me, let's talk." Finally, I sent termination notices for every vendor contract I'd personally signed, which was all of them, because I'd been the one actually running operations for 13 years. See, here's what Carl never bothered to learn. Every software license, every support contract, every vendor relationship, they were all in my name. The proprietary software they were selling, I owned the patents, personally. I'd been careful about that from day one, back when it was just me and Mom's repair shop. The company could keep the Cuban Technologies name, but without the software, without the support infrastructure, without the vendors, without the development team, they had nothing but an expensive office and Carl's MBA. When Carl arrived at work that morning, 67 clients had already threatened to pull their contracts. Our entire 12-person development team had quit overnight. 3 major investors were demanding emergency meetings. The support system had crashed because nobody else knew how to maintain it. Mom called me 11 times that day. I didn't answer. Carl showed up at my apartment at midnight, literally begging, "We can work this out. I made a mistake. Please, Walt." Dad came by the next morning. He didn't beg, just said quietly, "I'm sorry I didn't speak up. I was wrong." That almost broke me. Almost. Cuban Technologies filed for bankruptcy 2 months later. Carl had to take a junior position at his old consulting firm. Mom lost everything. Me? I launched my own company with that same development team. We're 3 months in and already profitable. 12 of our old clients have signed with us. More are coming every week. Turns out when you actually build something yourself, when you own it legally and morally, you get to keep it. Sometimes family teaches you the most valuable lesson. Trust the paper trail more than blood.